Okay, let's go ahead and go destroy some quads and some biceps today. We can't forget forearms, so we also have forearms in the books as well. That's typically what our Mondays and our Thursdays are looking like because we are hitting leg days twice a week or every single muscle group twice a week just to make sure that we are being as optimal as possible. Now, a little bit of an unfortunate circumstance is that we have to go and gas up before we head to the gym and already take the pre-workout. So the beta alanine is most likely going to be hitting us once we're pumping gas, just because I didn't prepare enough. But luckily, it's not that the gas station is not too far. I'm just going to end up gassing up somewhere closer to the gym. We're on 2 bars, so we're cutting it a little bit close. Now, my car does give me a low gas warning, so at least I get a little bit of a warning a little bit before it's going to run out, just so I can know. So it hasn't given me that warning just yet, even though it's on 2 bars. But pretty soon you might hear a ding, and that ding is going to be my car telling me, dude, stop playing, go to a gas station. So once we get to a gas station, I'll probably cut the car talk and then I'll restart it back up. That way there's no real I don't have it rolling while I'm pumping gas. Now for quads, what I'm thinking is we're going to be doing hack squats again, and then hopefully we get to do some belt squats because last time we weren't able to do it because they usually get really packed, it usually gets really busy, and it's also a little bit harder to set up the belt squat. It just takes longer. And setting up the a leg press machine, honestly, it's a lot easier, a lot faster, and I try to be as efficient as possible when it comes to training. That way, I'm not in there for too long. You know, the last thing I need is to be in there for like more than 2 hours or something, and some of that time is on. It's just me either racking or whatever it is. I try to be as efficient as possible, but also keeping in mind the rest periods. It's also really important to rest up in between sets just to make sure that you're recovering on time and you can put as much energy for your next set. You know, you're making the best out of them. Now we're gonna do some hack squats. I'm thinking then belt squats if we get to do them today. If I don't get lazy. Worst case scenario, we do some leg press. Then we'll move on to some leg extensions. So I'm thinking we're gonna keep it at 7 sets again. I think if anything, if I start feeling, let's say, pretty pumped already, then I'll end up doing some, what's it called? 7 sets instead of 6. But we typically keep it around the 7 sets because that's what we feel like it's enough to stimulate to create stimulus, but not too short where we're not stimulating enough and not too much or it's fluff work. You want to kind of get it right in the sweet spot in the middle. And that kind of takes time. You know, you kind of have to learn your body a little bit and know how much your body needs to heal, and you can kind of play around with your weights that way. And so that's why it's important to be as consistent as possible because the more consistent you are, the more you're gonna learn about your body and the more you can kind of modify it so that way it can work the best for you. Now, a lot of the things that I tell you guys is what I found that works for me. Now you can include it into your routine and everything, but I'm not saying like it's gonna be guaranteed. I'm just giving you guys kind of like the raw footage so you guys can see what I did to get the gains that I have. And if it works for some folks, I hope so. I think a lot of the methods that I choose to follow when it comes to bodybuilding is on the right track. So I would say that what we're doing is working. Is working. Now it kind of depends on you whether you like my style of lifting or not. Some folks like a little bit more explosive styles where they're kind of just pumping out reps, and other folks like myself, we kind of take our a little bit of our time, and we like to do a little bit of slower negatives to really create that tension. Now I'm not saying one or the other is better, but People have been saying that the stretch position has been super beneficial. So we're gonna keep doing that, and it's also been giving us some great gains. So I suggest you also try it out. If you're someone that is used to, let's say, doing sets that you kind of just pump them out super fast, try slowing it down and see how it feels. And you can kind of experiment a little bit and see whether you like it or not, and then that way you can also switch up your routine a little bit. It doesn't become that boring, and you can stay as consistent as possible. I think the ultimate goal is to be as consistent as possible with whatever you're doing. Like when it comes to the gym, and you can find little ways to make it more fun. For example, either slowing down, coming with a friend, or whatever that might be. Find different ways that can motivate you to show up. That way you're getting all the gains that you want, and you're gonna be thanking yourself a few months down the line. You're gonna see that you got crazy. You got crazy big. You know, as long as you're keeping that intensity high. Okay, we just got to the gas station. Let's go ahead and pump gas. I will see you guys in the next clip. Okay, we are back. Can we talk about how damn expensive this damn gas is right now? For the cheapest gas, which is 80 what, a regular, this damn thing is at 509. That's hella expensive. And so it's just like 50 bucks to fill up my car right now, and it's a Honda Civic. Come on. The gas nowadays has been hella playing with us. Man, I remember when Chevron used to be 320 before the pandemic, and I used to think that was hella expensive. I used to think I was like, I'm putting on some premium, 3 something. Now I'm out here at like a Valero pumping for like 490, 511, like Valero, like are you serious? Man, so we had to drop 50 to fill up our car because we didn't end up taking our car to Costco. We ended up taking Jasmine's. So and then also the Costco that we go to is the worst Costco ever because the entrance and the exit are just horribly mapped out. And so we couldn't even pump gas because the line was like insane. There was no way we were about to wait for it. So we couldn't even pump gas for Jasmine's car. We had to pump gas at close to the apartment. And that's what I ended up doing right now too, because the closest Costco to us is pretty far away. Where maybe, man, we're like 15 minutes away from the gym. So the beta alanine is already kicking in a little bit. I already noticed it because my heart starts to beat super fast, and I start getting a bunch of anxiety with this new pre-workout. I can't wait till we start switching over to a new one. That way we don't have to worry too much about this anxiety, because usually it's the ones that have the craziest amount of caffeine that really messes me up. And it's one of those it's like those brands that you just like sometimes get advertised and stuff, like Panda Sub sometimes has some specific pre-workouts that have messed me up too, that have been giving me the craziest amount of anxiety. So just be careful when you're taking your caffeine. Make sure to take some breaks. That's what we're going to be trying to do, maybe at some point. Take a little bit of a caffeine break so we can be good to go. We don't want to be super dependent on caffeine. Now hopefully by the time we get there it's not too bad. It is Thursday, so I'm not anticipating too many people, which is good because man, it gets packed. It gets packed at the gym when it gets packed, so it's just a bit of the unfortunate thing about it. And then legs is also pretty popular now. I feel like way more people are now skipping it, so that's a good thing and a bad thing, because then it makes it super hard for us to get our machine. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But maybe folks are listening. Maybe folks are listening and they're hitting leg day and they're hitting every muscle group, because we should not be skipping leg days, guys. Legs are important. Plus, who doesn't want to have some crazy legs to show off? That'd be fire to like have just like on you. Imagine just equip some crazy leg gains. That's fire. So don't skip out. Make sure you're training them twice a week. That for sure will give you some good gains over time. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to the gym now. Hopefully, we get access to the hack squat. If not, I think we're most likely gonna start off with a leg extension to warm up the knees a little bit, be a good little primer, or we start off with some Smith machine because we haven't done Smith machine in a minute, and maybe it might be good. So we'll see what we end up doing. Cross your fingers that we get lucky and it's pretty empty at the gym. I'll see you guys there. Okay, let's get the mic is on. Let's go ahead and warm up. We're gonna do 2 warm-ups, and then I'm thinking we're gonna end up doing 245s and a 35 on each side, and I think that should be pretty good. We're not trying to break any PRs on our second leg day just because we already went hard on our first one. Just want to make sure we're being careful, but let's put these things on just so we can already prepare ahead of time, and then we can do this one. But actually, let me do the first warm up first, and then I'll do it. Damn. Okay. Either I'm getting stronger or these are getting lighter, or both. But this felt pretty good. Let's put on the knee sleeves. Let's add a 45 and then see how that feels. And then we'll see whether we do 35 or 30. Because sometimes you might feel strong right at the first few warm-ups or couple, and then next thing you know it's hella heavy. So you just never know. It's also a super warm up here. Although it's pretty empty. There's hardly anyone here. I feel hella hot because it's super hot outside. But we're just gonna have him here just so that we can pull him up for our first one. When I don't put them on before I come over here, it's really hard to put them on because I'm sweating. By the way, I haven't showed this backpack yet, or well, only once, but this thing is fire. You can just put your belt around it. You can carry it so much easier. Okay, I think we can have 35. Okay, before I start this one, I'm gonna go drink some water. My throat just feels so raspy and it hurts a bunch. And kept waking up throughout the night, just like randomly, because I felt like I couldn't breathe because I was just so congested. Even now, I feel a little bit congested. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna go drink some water though, because I feel like I'm dehydrating hella fast. All right, I think we're gonna listen to Pressure with Shoreline Mafia. Put a playlist in the comments. I need to get into new music. I feel like I'm listening to the same songs every single time. Even hey, I'm not complaining because they're pretty good, but it'd be nice to hear some new things. All right, I need 2 more. I need to control my breathing. Oh my god, I can hardly breathe, but let's drop down. I think I'm gonna do 2 sets of these. And then 2 sets of leg press. And then maybe 3 sets of leg extensions, man. Not feeling too bad. For the second set, I'm gonna try to go for. I think we can get a solid 7 to 8. Slow and controlled all the way down, and then I think we'll move to either leg press this one as next one that we like, or the one next was either one. Let's do the second one. I think the faster we do this, the faster we get to go home and rest. I think I'm gonna make that one tea that I've been drinking every night now since I've been sick. Just to help my sore throat a little bit. But let me see if I can show you guys. It's gonna be right here. I'll post it so you guys can see which one I've been taking. But it's pretty fire. It tastes almost like a light coffee, which is pretty good. And it's no calories because I put some stevia in there. It's beautiful. Okay, let's do the second one. At least I'm sweating this out. Okay, I'm gonna take a breather. I want to do this. Sometimes I don't know about you guys, but I have to like mentally prepare for this because I feel like each set be scarring. One more. Ah. Oh my god. I need one more. There we go. Let's go do some leg press. I'm done with this. Ah. Wow. I can't wait to go home and drink like 10 Diet Cokes. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. I'll take a quick breather before we switch over. I'll be right back. See you guys for the next one. All right. Let's go ahead and do the second one. My legs are already trembling a bunch, but we're gonna do 2 sets of these. I think I'm just gonna record the first one and then stay here for 2. And then we're gonna do 3 leg extensions. I think I'm just gonna record 2 of those and sit there for 3. I think that'll be pretty good. I am a little bit lazy to go grab one of those little extenders that I like to use to give me a little bit more range of motion. So I'm just gonna do it this way. I think I'll be fine. The hardest part is getting this thing up. It's probably the tricky part, but I think we should be good. We're gonna try to go a little bit heavy for this one too. Try to get at least a solid 6 to 8, but we'll see. Let's try. Let's try 3 big ones. I think that'll be good. Let me make sure this thing's on me. Perfect. Come on. Ah, I need to get at least 2 more. Fuck that. There's no way. 2 more. No, I was telling you guys I've been rethinking my life. It's one of those moments. I think I'm gonna drop set that a little bit. Fuck. I need to take at least like 10, 30 seconds. Okay. I probably should have taken off my belt if I wasn't gonna use it right now. It's kind of in the way, but whatever. Oh my god, I need one more. Okay. I have one more. But for you guys, is the leg extensions. So I will see you there. Okay, let's go ahead and do these last sets. I'm gonna stay here for 3. I'm gonna show you guys just 2 of them. And then we're gonna move over to the adductor machine or hip adduction machine, and then we're gonna do calves. So I think 4 sets of the abduction, 4 sets of calves, and then we'll move over to some biceps. I'm gonna use this little extender to give me a little bit more range of motion. See how it goes. It also feels a lot more comfortable in this seat. This thing is like so uncomfortable on my shin, so it's not the best. Just pull. Great thing. Okay. I think I need to drop down on this next one because that was fucking heavy. One more. Nah, there's no way. I'm gonna pause at this one, I think. I'm gonna take maybe like 10, 15 seconds. And I'm gonna hit it for 2 more. And then I'll see you guys for some biceps. I'm gonna go drink some water. I'm dying. Okay. 10 more seconds. Uh, okay. I need to have my dawn. All right. I'll see you guys for some biceps. I'm gonna see you for one more. Oh my god. Okay. We just got done with some
some calves. We ended up doing 3 sets, 3 heavy sets. We're now gonna move over to these isolation bicep curls. We like these. It kind of mimics the same thing as doing an incline curl. So it's basically the same thing. This one feels a little bit more stable though, just because this already has a steady path. So I can really get a really, really good deep stretch with this. I think I'm gonna move it up just a tiny bit, maybe to 6 instead of the 5 that it's currently on, just so I can get a deeper stretch that way. I think we're gonna try to go for maybe 150 today on this thing, which is pretty good. I think if you can kind of divide that by half, and that's what we're doing because it feels a little bit lighter. Let's hope I don't fuck up a bicep. Okay. Holy shit. We barely got 5 with that, so let's get 5 with that right. Man, the congestion doesn't help because it's hard to breathe throughout the women. So you guys can already hear that I feel a little I sound a little congested than usual. But let's hit this 5. Let's see how it goes. Honestly, this machine's pretty good. I honestly even prefer it over the regular ones that we do with the dumbbells, just because I can really stabilize with this and get a really, really good stretch at the bottom. And that's what we're aiming for. All right, let's hit 5 on this next one, or on our right hand. Let's hope for the best. Thankfully, it's been, hasn't been too busy at the gym, so I really have to wait very much. Okay. I'm not trying to get a 6-1 on my right. I want to make sure I match it. Okay. We're going to stay here for 2 more. I'll see you guys for a second set. I'm going to drink some water. Okay. Let's do our second set. I want to drop down just a tiny bit so we can get just a little bit more leverage to get maybe a 6th to 7th rep. But we're going to go from 150 to maybe 135. So I think I'm going to go grab a 5 somewhere and then just drop it into the pin. I'll be right back. Let me see where it is. Here it goes. So here's a little 5. And so what I like to do is, because this pin is right here, I just put it through here, add a 5. Because this just goes by 10-pound increments. So it's not the most ideal. 135. There you go. All right, and we're gonna start with our left and then match our right. Let's see how it goes. Let's put some music. I've been raw dogging this whole workout. That's good. All right. Okay, that was good. Let's match it with our right. Hopefully, we can get the silver mark. How many we get? You know what? Let me look at the footage real quick because I have no idea how many I did. I think I did 6. I didn't get the 7. Let me go check. I'll be right back. Okay, so just looked at the footage and we did 6. So let's get 6 on this hand. See how it goes. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna stay here for one more, but I will see you guys for some preacher curls up next. Let's go ahead and do the second exercise, which is gonna be these preacher curls. We're gonna stay here for 2. I'm gonna show you guys just one, and then I think we're gonna move over to some type of cable, or we end up doing dumbbells. Either one. But right now you can see I already have a crazy pump, so I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna take maybe like 30 more seconds, and then I'll start this bad boy up. I'm gonna drop this. Uh, uh, okay. I'm gonna stay here for one more. I'll see you guys in a bit. Show you guys the pump real quick. Look at this. That's the craziest pump right now. I'll be right back. Let's do our last exercise. We're gonna do this one. I think we're gonna do a single arm, and then I'm just gonna record the first one. We're gonna stay here for 2. What do we have to do? We still have to do forms, so I completely forgot about that. So we'll do forms after this. We'll see how it goes. Trying to go nice and slow. We're gonna start where I left, just to make sure that we can catch it up. Okay, that's getting all right. I'm gonna save for one more, but I will see you guys for the bulls. I gotta save for one more and still do some form. So unfortunately, I have a ways to go. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see what kind of damage we did. I'm actually gonna bring this back just a tiny bit more. There we go. All right, let's see. Okay, good. Oh my god, posting a sub is already fucking tired. Let's get the backside. A few more. And we'll go. I'm gonna go through that this. Holy shit. Holding my breath is hard to tell. But when you go thrifting, you guys need to find Jasmine some pants for work, and she doesn't want to buy slacks from like Target or something. Spend like $30 on that. You can only find some good pants at Goodwill, Salvation, and they're just for work, so she doesn't really need something super fancy. We're gonna go after this to Salvation and see if we can find anything today. I don't even know what we're eating for dinner, but for sure, once we get home, I'm gonna snack on those true fruits where some of that goes. We went to Safeway this morning and we picked up a bunch of stuff. We ran out of Quakers. Plus, we ran out of turkey pep. And then we ended up picking up Oikos. So we're pretty set. We need to pass by Costco so we can actually pick up the bulk because it ended up costing $7 for a little tub. It's not worth it, honestly. So that's just the unfortunate part. Let's get one more and then we'll go home. Let's get a little closer. Okay, that's enough. Let's go home. I'm tired.